All right, family. We gathered here today to talk about the extremely sad news. 2 losses in one. Brother and Ghetts. But most of all, there's a tune that Ghetts made, yeah? Let me check. He re-uploaded it on YouTube, so it says 4 months ago. But let's look at the official date. Ghetto Gospel, yeah? Ghetts album Ghetto Gospel came out in 2007. It's 2025 today. 2025 today. All right, let's listen to this tune, yeah? Because there's serious prophecy in this tune. Want us to deep the power of the words, the power of the spells, yeah? Okay, let's do this. Are you ready? Listen, if you want, the tune's called Convo with a Cabbie. So if you want, pause this video, go on YouTube, listen to it, come back. You know how Ghetts spits, yeah? So if you can't keep up, just punch in Google, Convo with a Cabbie lyrics, read it, come back to the video. All right, okay, let's do this. All right, let's do this. I might pause it along the way as we go, yeah? Okay. Okay, cool. Point 1. My man said I called a cab. Yeah, that's one thing we wished Ghetts did, was call a cab. Second thing he said was, I was in a rush. Now, whether Ghetts was genuinely in a rush in regards to this incident, who knows? But when you're speeding, most likely you're in a rush. Okay, let's go. Politics, wars, and more religion in my vision. They see my mind ain't free. I'm a pigeon in the prison because I'm living with this smithing. I'm calling it a way of life, not knowing if I stay alive, if I read tonight. But that's the. Are you listening to that? He said, I don't know if I will stay alive if I rave tonight. I could be wrong, but I heard he went to a party. Now, obviously, Ghetts is still alive, but in many ways he's dead. And even if it's not Ghetts that's dead, someone's dead. My man said, I don't know if I rave tonight, if I will stay alive. Okay, let's go. I don't think I'll live to 668. Old timer, did you misbehave like the kids on Ricky Lake? What's your story? I paid the cost to for me. He then replied, young blood, I've done drugs and not to cure me. He said he was. You know what? There was a line I heard. He talks about the risk that we take, and obviously it was a big risk for him to jump in a whip and try to make his way home. Risk in the sense that, yes, somebody else lost their life, but that could have been Ghetts too. Ghetts risked his own life. Do you know what I'm saying? It's in the 80s, had a wife, but he was out busy partying with the ladies, fucking talks in his Mercedes, never father to his babies. To them, daddy don't exist, daddy left up the road now. So they know what daddy won't admit. Mistakes are made, but it's like when you face your brain and disgrace your name. The kids stay ashamed, they said. When they were infants, he would watch from a distance. Even though they never had a dad, they never need assistance. Kicking out was a big decision. Who am I to judge? After who I gave my parents hell, run away from home until my mama wasn't scared of jail. My life isn't a fairy tale. Me, I'm a monster. And I want to talk about Ghetts' parents, yeah. From what I've seen, I know that Ghetts' dad has been around, you get me, supporting him, and you know how it be, yeah, with a father-son relationship. And obviously we know Ghetts been in jail and Ghetts has done roles. So his dad has seen his son go through that, transition, elevate, and then this. So if there's anything I say today, one thing I'm going to say is pray for Ghetts' dad. Pray for his mom, defo, but we better start praying for his dad. Because that guy is feeling this blood. He's in a nightmare right now. Scary world, that's how you gotta be. I swear that I barely fell. And if I get shift, you ain't gonna hear me tell my father do a bit. That's when he mentioned he was section and attention for a weapons possession. So his profession is a blessing. I learned a lesson in the second life ain't pleasant, it's distressing. Most of us don't change till it's too late. That's when he turns. You hear that? Most of us don't change until it's too late. I can't talk on Ghetts' name, but I could be wrong, but I think some things have happened in the past in relation to driving and, you get me, speeding and accidents, something. So There you go, right there. Most of us don't change until it's too late. Making so many turns up a third degree. City sitting so for night. And his first nigga nurse. Then it occurred to me, behind the curtains, only God knows what a person needs. He's thinking like only God knows what a person needs. And right here is where I'm going to drop my direct message to Ghetts. Ghetts, my brother, you know, me and you got history. When it comes to delivering you a message, I deliver it to you. So let's do it now, because this might be the only way you're going to hear my message. Why do I have a feeling, yeah, that you wanted to risk your life? I have a feeling you wanted to risk your life. Ghetts, you got a calling. You can't leave this earth that easily. If you thought it was going to be that easy, you're joking. You done level 1, yeah, Carlos days. You're on level 2, you're elevating, you're doing your thing. Now, with all this happening, now you're going into level 3. Okay, you're going into level 3. So get ready. Now, another part of your calling is started. I saw a post where you said, in another life, I'm a Formula 1 driver, wishing one day that I'll write 16 bars. So let me tell you right here, right now, you switched into another life whilst living. You were spitting 16 bars. Now you're going to be jumping on something different. Okay. Now, not a more than working steep. That's when I heard police. It looks like up ahead there's an emergency. Car accident. No way around it. Are you listening to that? He said in his tune, ahead, I'm seeing police. What is it? A car accident. A car accident. Okay, let's continue. Both cars written off, put them in the salvage. A bystander told us casualties were fatal. We saw what we saw. The cab driver couldn't move like he was actually disabled. Head-on collision. The occupants of each car dead on collision. But check the twist. Who would have thought if he gets X and kids? Words can't explain the look upon his face. It come like something out of ecstasy. Let me tell you something. I know Ghetts' face right now is looking like it's something out of Exorcist. I know right now Ghetts thinks he's in a dream. He thinks he's in a nightmare. I wouldn't put it past Ghetts right now if he's not talking. I would not put it past Ghetts right now if he's mute. Mute. Did you hear that? Occupants, fatal, dead on collision. When the cab driver clocked, it was his wife and his kids, his ex and his kids. His ex and his kids. Now, tell me, what is the percentage, yeah? What is the chances that the guy who got hit by Ghetts, yeah? My man's from Ilford and he's 20 years old. So what do you think the chances are that he knew Ghetts and was probably a fan and listened to Ghetts and liked Ghetts? So when you look at all of this, basically Ghetts hit somebody he knew in a way, or vice versa. The guy knew him. The guy who hit me, I knew. The guy who hit me, I listened to him. The guy who hit me, you get me? This year is death. Like, our community is mourning. And it's worse because Ghetts is still alive, but it feels like he's dead. Let me tell you why it feels like he's dead. Obviously, we know about Ghetts, yeah? But with Ghetts he still had a bit of that, you get me? That wisdom, that consciousness and all that. So this type of act is so opposite, yeah, to the type of things that Ghetts was sharing with us. So it's almost a moral death as well. You get me? It's this. Oh. Yeah, man. Ghetts, I love you. That's all I can say.